Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick little review of my new washing machine. My old one was 15 years old and I should have really gotten rid of it a long time ago, but everybody kept telling me how these new washing machines just do not get the clothes clean, that they're not a deep water wash, and they're just not all they're cracked up to be. And I have so many dirty work clothes with my husband that I just kept putting it off. And finally, my old one was going to need repairs again after already putting a motor and things into it. And he told me I had to pick something. And so I did a lot of research. I probably looked for about 2 years before I was ready to make a decision. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't like to spend money either. And so when I made a decision, I chose this Maytag commercial washer. And the reason why I chose this is my washing machine is in my basement. So I didn't want one of these front load washing machines that has all the electronics on it because it's damp in the basement, and I figured it was just going to short out first thing. And I didn't feel like the front load washers really met our needs. I needed something that was going to get stuff super clean in a deep water wash. And I didn't really need something that was going to be like efficient as far as how much water it uses, because I have a well. So that was not a need of mine. And so, okay, sorry about that. I had to stop the camera. My son was hollering to me. He didn't know I was making a video. And I don't really remember what I was saying, so I'll just try to pick up as best as I could. So I chose this washing machine because it would be in my basement. It didn't have a lot of electronics. It is commercial grade, so I figured it would handle coveralls, heavy work jackets, things like that the new washers just are not handling, looking at the reviews. And I have had this washer for a little over a week, and I have run everything through it you can imagine. I have been hunting the house looking for the dirtiest, heaviest things to run through here and to see how it does. And I am impressed. It does way better than my old washer did, even when it was new. And it has a 10-year warranty on the motor and a limited warranty on the rest. But let's take a look at some of the settings here. So I have bulky towels, and that is in the deep water wash section. It will fill up full, just like the old washers would. And a power wash, and this is what I do the work clothes on, and that's in the deep water section. Delicates, that's in the deep water section. And mixed, that's like, delicates, towels, shirts, pants, like a little bit of everything that's not super dirty, and that's in the deep water section. So I have all of those if I want to wash in deep water. These are basically all I've used so far because I'm not into this new thing where it just kind of sprays the clothes. I have not tried any of these other ones, but I also have a normal wash, which is not deep water, and then rinse and spin. And they said that was like if you have like a bathing suit or something and you just want to rinse it out and spin it out, hang it to dry. And then drain and spin. And this I haven't used, but I'm excited about it. It's like if you've hand washed a sweater or some bras or something like that, and it's too drippy, just to hang in the bathroom. You put it in here on the drain and spin, and it will get it dry enough that you can then hang it up wherever to dry. So additionally to this, I can choose between tap cold, cold, cool, warm, and hot. And I've used this just on the warm so far. And then additionally to that, I can add a pre-soak, an extra rinse, or a pre-soak and an extra rinse to any of those settings. So it's got plenty of options for me. I don't know, maybe some of the other machines might have more options, but for me, that's a lot of options compared to what I've had in the past. And it is a 3.5 cubic foot drum. And I was not sure what exactly that meant, because my old washer, you bought like large, extra large, or super capacity. So I'm like, well, 3.5, hopefully that's enough. When I read online, it said it would do a queen size comforter. So I'm like, yeah, well, I just have a double bed, so that should be good. This holds way more clothes than my Kenmore extra capacity washer that I had for so many years. So if you're out there and you're shopping for a washer and you're not sure, if you're used to the extra capacity, then this is great. It gives you just a little bit more room. So I have the agitator, the stainless steel drum. Now this bottom is different. You know, the old washers, it didn't have this piece here that come right up against the agitator all flush. So sometimes you might get stuff caught under the agitator. That's not an issue with this, the way they've designed it. This sounds different when it's running, and it sounds so quiet when it's spinning. And let me go ahead and get a load started in here so you guys can see how it is. Okay, so they recommend just pouring the detergent right into the bottom. And I did have to switch the detergent that I use to go with this new washing machine. And I'll talk about that in a video that I'm going to be doing on the current cleaners that I like. So then, after you put the detergent in the bottom, it says that you are to put the clothes in heaps, which is new to me. I always put the clothes in smooth and fully balanced. So here's a load of my husband's work clothes. Put them in there in heaps. Take a look at some of these stains. It's just awful. This washer gets them very clean. This is a whole laundry basket full of his work clothes here. And it will take the whole thing. Easy peasy. And we got some work rags. I might as well go right in there. Okay. So there it is in heaps. I'm guessing it must sense how much water to put in based on how high the clothes come. So in heaps, they come up higher. All right, so after you do that, you pick your cycle, and these work clothes will go on power wash. And then I wash them on warm, and I give them an extra rinse on the work clothes. I haven't been anything else. Okay, and then this is my fabric softener dispenser, and I use vinegar as my fabric softener, and we'll talk more about that on my cleaning products video that will be coming up. I just fill this to the top, Okay, and then I press the start button and it will tell me what it's doing. Like right there, it's showing me that it will fill. And then there's soak, wash, rinse, final, spin, and done. So this machine does allow for me to open the cover and add an extra something or whatever, and it won't stop the cycle. It will let me do that. But if I have the lid open for 10 minutes straight, then it's going to drain and shut the cycle off and assume that there's a problem. But I have had this open a lot and been able to add things or whatever. It seems like you always find something after you get a load in. And then it has the start and the pause, and this works great. Just hit the button, pause it, hit the button, starts right back up. So that's great. If you're going to be more than the 10 minutes, go ahead and hit the pause button. I mean, it gives you plenty of options for things like that. Now, one thing that I read in the book, that if you're having a problem and you own this washer, this may be the problem. This washer senses its temperature for the water, and it adds hot and cold one at a time until it gets what it wants into the drum. So if you're not getting enough water on your deep water wash, then you may have accidentally hooked your cold and hot water hoses up backwards, and then it would be sensing the wrong amount of water that it was adding, and it could create that issue. So I double checked and my hoses are hooked up right, and I've had a great success with it filling deep enough, which was one of the things on some of the other washers. People were complaining that even a deep water cycle was not deep. I am nosy, so I have come down here a lot when first getting this washer and, checked it halfway through the cycle and to see how full it was, and it was full all the way to the top. It does what it says it will do. And I feel confident where this is a commercial machine that it's really going to accomplish, what I need it to accomplish long term. I don't want to be replacing this washing machine in a few years. I took a few years to pick this washing machine. I want it to last me at least 15 years. And if I could get 20 out of it, it would be a bonus. So as a final summary, let me just say, I do not regret my purchase. This washing machine is $854. It is not cheap. But if you are looking for just a heavy-duty washing machine, this is like the quality of a laundromat washing machine, then I highly recommend this washing machine. This is fantastic, and it really does such a good job cleaning the clothes, and I'm very, very happy with it. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions that I didn't answer about this washing machine, feel free to ask them, and I will get back to you. Bye.